welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for today's decoration I'm going to be using the Barney Moon Cosy Florals journaling kit. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so I'm obviously filming this before, but I'm back from holidays and back into a reasonably normal kind of week. So what I thought I'd do is something a little bit simpler than I've been doing, but yet actually kind of the complete opposite. I'm kind of going to go very, not plain, but I'm going to go a bit more unkitty. I don't know if that makes any sense. So this is the Barney Moon journaling kit. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Hold on. Cosy Florals. I knew what it was. Just absolutely stunning sort of combo of colours and bits and pieces. So I thought I'd just pull this together and do this. So I'm going to start off with my flipper. I'm going to need one this week. I've got a little bit on, but obviously it's the first week back from holidays, so it's always going to be busy. So I'm going to use the postcard that comes with her orders. I've just said like 8 times. I'm sorry. I'll get into it in a sec. So I'm going to put this onto a piece of paper just so I can obviously get around the thank you on the back. I will, I think, add in a white section or something similar. I just haven't quite worked that part out yet. So I'm just going to grab some glue tape and just glue tape all around the outside of the postcard and then a little bit on the inside. I think I have like 4 of these, so I don't really mind not wasting one, but using one in this fashion. I'm going to pop that on and just line it up as best I can. Here we go. And then just bring in my trimmer to just clean off those edges, or cut off the excess, sorry. That's a piece of pastel paper from the, I think it's Crafters Consortium pad that you get from Spotlight. Paper pad, just for something, it's sort of a good staple to have. I've got the brights and the pastels, but that purple matches pretty well to that purple on the kit, so it'll all sort of sit in together eventually. Now this would be easy enough to cut by hand, because obviously it's a pretty solid bit of cardstock for the postcard, but I just like using my trimmer. Here we go. So I've got a little flipper, and I'll just punch that and stick it in. I'll decide afterwards if I'm going to do a pocket or if I'm just going to leave it as it is. For now, I'm just going to leave it exactly as it is. And then this is where the fun comes, because it's got these sort of little cut out, not swatches, that's not the right word, but little corners and pieces of this beautiful pattern, and I'm not quite sure how to use it, so I'm just gonna go with sort of whatever I feel like and just see what we can create. I'm just trying to get that. I've missed the corner a little bit, but I think that'll still be fine. So thankfully it's got the corners, so it kind of makes me feel a little bit more confident, because I can build from these. It does help to get it straight. Now Barney Moon stickers do have a little bit of give before you stick them down, so you've got some time if you don't quite get it perfect, but I'm still got my undo over to the side there, so if I need it I can grab it. That's better. And I like the stitching detail that's on some of these, so I'm going to play with that in a second. So what I might do, I still want to have something running down the side, but I haven't got enough, and I definitely don't have enough. So I'm going to grab the 2 of them off. So there's 2. There's one on this sheet and there's one on one of the other sheets. There it is. It was there. And I cut these in half. And that way it's going to be a lot thinner, but I'm going to have 2 straight edges to run down the edge of my my page and then 2 curvy edges. So I'm just using this piece of leftover sticker paper. It doesn't have to be perfectly in half, I'm just lining it up. I can see through this one a little bit, so I'm sort of just roughly going and seeing where I end up. If it looks horrible, we can always stick them back together again. I haven't done anything too scary. And then we can just run those down the edge. So like I said, one side's now going to be flat or straight, so I can with that down my edge. And I'll punch the holes in a minute. And then because it's wonky, you won't really notice the other one. I'm just trying to find one that one doesn't line up as nicely as I would like. Whereas that one does. Not with the pattern, but just with the size of the tear bit. So I've got a little bit still on that bottom edge, so I can keep that. So put that down over here and come back to that. A bit at the top's probably a bit too small. Go. So I do the same thing on the other side. The other little tear bits here. I just don't want to use them. I'm going to cover the November up on the other side with this one, so I can just flip it over and use it upside down. That's fine. Just going to white out that Friday now, just so it doesn't peek out or anything. Work out, I want to put, I'll just do it. I was going to say I want to put the other one on the other side, but I don't want to because I don't want it to look silly, but no, I'm just going to go with it. And then just to use these bits up, I'm going to kind of end them a little bit, so make it so it's not quite square. Just bring them in the side, as long as they're not touching the days. Because I'll put stickers over the top anyway. I think they'll end up looking reasonably okay. I like that actually sitting on the side. Oh, bugger. I put that on the wrong side of the sticker paper, so it wasn't quite going to come off, but it did. So that's the gist, or the start of the gist anyway. I've got some deco bits, I've got some boxes and things. I don't want to go too crazy with the boxes because it is beautifully kind of all over the place at the moment, and I really do like that. So I'm going to just white out the days. I'm just going to go straight over the top and just not worry about it. I feel like it hides it enough that you don't have to worry, but it is still there, so it's just up to you if you want to go with it or not. I feel like it hides it enough. I love this script font. It's so pretty. I'm just coming just a little bit above my line, and that's okay. It's just a sort of little peek up, and that covers it just a little bit better. The Friday's the only one that's going to look a bit odd, because you can still... Oh, actually it's not too bad. When I put the day in, I think it'll work. The date in, I think it'll work. Put a couple of these more journaly looking boxes across a couple of the days. So we've got one can go on Monday. I love this little circly one. Can go over here in the middle on Wednesday. Thursday I'll leave because I'll do something with a box. We'll have the little cats and lady on that side. I'm going to leave the 5 weeks exactly where it is. It does sort of fit in. I'm just going to move this over, right over this side. And then for all my bits and pieces that have to happen on Thursday, I'm going to put that box. I'm going to overlap some of the stickers. I'm really liking the messiness of it, if that's a word. Messiness is a word, but it caught a little bit there, but that's actually okay because I'm going to put the sticker straight back on where it was. It just wasn't straight. So I'm just going to leave it like that for a second. What I'm going to come in and do, I'm just grabbing my 0.03 Copic Maya fine liner. I'm just grabbing a bit of scrap paper. I'm just trying something first, so no, too thin. That was why I tried it. I've grabbed my 03 and my 01 and I just want to see which one I like better. I knew I would. And then what I'm going to do is just along that line at the top, I'm just going to put in the little stitching lines. They're not all going to be perfectly the same length, but just to add a bit of something. I'm going to do it at the bottom as well. Not 100% happy with the numbers, but I'll live. So I'm going to put in my regular plannery stuff next, and then I can come back and add in anything else we need to do. So we've got swimming, finally back at swimming, hooray. Charlotte's ears took a really long time to heal from the ear infection that she had. So we gave her an extra couple of weeks off swimming, which has just really helped. I'm going to pop that one in for her appointment on Friday. Saturday, that's sitting there. And then I'm going to add in this little swatchy one. And I'm going to cut it in half, but just be freehand this time. I'm actually going to do it with both of the little swatchy bits. So I'm going to have one be on Saturday. I don't know yet what's happening with work. It all comes down to the AFLW final. So I'm just going to have those sitting there. And then I can add work in if I have to. Or I can just change it to day off, but I'll leave it for now. And then there's another little one that's very similar. Sort of little tapey looking one. I'm just going to have that sitting just below it and off to the side. Actually, I'm going to have this one go behind. There we go. And then we can come in with a bit more of the deco stuff. There's not too much. I'm just sort of looking then for the back. I'm actually going to use that bit of scrap paper that I had. Because it's about the right sort of height. No, it's not, but it's at 10 and a half. I'm going to cut that to 9. And then just trim off a little bit at the top, a little bit more at the top. There we go. So I'm going to have it sit on the left, I don't know. No, I'm going to have it sit on the right hand side. Going to have it there. So just flip that over and mark the holes out. couldn't work out what the little, why it was white, but then I realised it's because the, I haven't punched the stickers yet. Whoopsies. So it's going to go in, whoops, that way. It's up that way. I knew it was at the top. So then we're going to put that piece of paper back in. I'm just going to trim it a little bit more on the side. And I'm just grabbing my punch board because I just want to use the corner rounder. It doesn't do a very good job at the moment, but I'll try again. Might have just been the first one. Nope, it's going to be all of them today. That's okay. I'll just do it by hand. I will still punch it. I'm a little, there we go, that's better. Got to be a bit more forceful. There we go. So I'll stick that down, and then I'm just going to go around the outside with the ruler and the fine liner and do the sort of stitching all the way around the out of it. It's really bad there. There we go. And just go around with that stitching. So that's going to go there. Then I'm just going to grab a couple more of the deco stickers just to pop around places. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the box on the other side. Just pop this little roundy underneath. And the rest of it I think I'll just stick with the leaves and things. But wherever I can, I'm going to have them sort of popping out of things. So this one's going to pop out over here. And I do need to add just one more thing I've just remembered. Whoops. So these are my pastel boxes. These are also from Barney Moon. And that purple's the same. So I'm going to use one of these ones just to go, why did I do that? I wanted one for some reason. Oh, that's right. I was going to put one onto Thursday and one onto Wednesday because they're the days that I'll most likely be in the office this week. Alright, and then we need to just add a bit more floral and a bit more fun around the places. I don't want to leave the one at the front completely empty or the one at the back. Actually, the one at the front can stay empty. The one at the back, I'm just going to bring in a couple of little bits just to give this sort of tape a bit more dimension, probably the right word. This is a really, really light Copic, not Copic, Tombow marker. I'm just coming around the edge at the bottom or around everywhere where there's a white bit. It just gives it just a little bit of, it's very subtle, but it's there. Okay, so I've got all my notes and stuff on the back. I need some more of these. still got a couple of bits and pieces left over, but I'm quite happy. I am going to add just one sticker to the front. Just got to work out where I want it to sit, just there. There we go. Righto. So then we're just going to put in the daycare stickers, and then we're done. I can find the daycare stickers. Don't tell me I'm out of daycare stickers. I'm not. I just need a new sheet. I just love how these daycare stickers always fit right in. They just make it very simple. And that will be the final little bit that I'm adding to that, I think. So having a quick final check. The only reason I'm adding this is that there's not a lot of the bluey grey colour that's here on this side. So I just added one more sticker just to kind of bring that down together, or bring that in together. So there you have it. That's my week using that Cosy Florals kit from Barney Moon. I like the journaling kits. They give you so much more, not more freedom, but they're not as box. They're just a little bit more freeform, I guess is the right word. If you did enjoy this one, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's lots more Barney Moon all over my channel, so if you want to check it out, I will put some down below. Don't forget to subscribe too if you want to see more weekly decorations from me. I hope you have an absolutely awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!